Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, is one of Mexico's most beautiful traditions, and author Luisa Navarro showcases that beauty in her new book that takes readers on a heartfelt journey through family stories, cultural roots, and timeless rituals. And this morning, she's taking us inside the pages of Mexico's Day of the Dead and showing us how to celebrate life at home with your very own altar. Good morning to you.
Hi, Erin. Good morning. I'm so excited to be here with you today.
Glad to have you. Okay, and you brought a fabulous setup for us this morning, almost like a mini altar of sorts. And so if you could, let's talk about the book. Tell me what pushed you to write about the celebration of life after loss.
Yeah, so I actually grew up in Dallas, Texas. My mom is originally from Saltillo, Coahuila, which is northern Mexico, and my dad is from Morelia, Michoacan, which is where the monarch butterflies migrate to once a year. And so I'm a Texican. I am Mexican-American, very, very proud, and I was inspired to write this book because I experienced my first loss at the age of 21. My cousin Lila died suddenly from a stroke at 24 years old, and I did not know how to process that grief. I struggled a lot with it. I tried going to church, I tried therapy, but nothing really seemed to work. And then I realized I am Mexican, and we have the best celebration. Once a year, we come together as a family and we honor our loved ones who have died. We honor them by basically, we put an altar together, a welcoming party, because we believe that once a year they come back and they visit us on November 1st and 2nd.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I'm on a mission to share this holiday with the world because I know from personal experience that grief can be very isolating, but I want people to know they are not alone and that Mexico is the prime example for how we should all pause once a year and honor our loved ones who have died.
Indeed. Yes, indeed. I think no matter how it happens, whether it's expected, unexpected, loss is just difficult, right? It's a difficult journey to take, but you even wrote a letter to your great-grandchildren, is that right? So even when they maybe experience loss, when it comes to you, they'll still be connected to you. Tell me why writing that letter was so important.
Yeah, so I actually want to clarify. I started my first chapter with a letter to my great-grandchildren. And the reason that it was my great-great-grandchildren was in my research, I discovered that my great-grandfather, Francisco Fuentes Fragoso, was also a journalist. And he was the only other journalist in my family. And I discovered that through interviews with my grandmother. And so what I was so curious about with my family and my loved ones was I had heard these stories about him, but I would have loved to hear from him directly, especially being a journalist. And so I decided to leave something for the future. I have no idea if I'm gonna have great-great-grandchildren one day.
Lord willing.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you know what? I hope to inspire more people around the world to look into their family history because those stories can really help you in life.
Yes, indeed. Okay, well, you named yourself a Texican of sorts. And so you actually have a business that's tailored to traveling in Mexico, gifts you can find in Mexico. So did that spark the inspiration for the book, or really was it your cousin Lila?
So that's a mixture. Yeah, my whole business and my book, everything, it's truly inspired by my whole journey in life. And so I actually started a blog called Mexico in My Pocket because when I started working in journalism, I was, I worked in news just like you. And I noticed there was a lot of negative storytelling around Mexico. And being so proud to be Mexican American, I wanted to shed a new light on the beauty of our culture. So I started a blog to showcase some of those incredible stories. And eventually that blog led into a business during COVID because artisans were really struggling to reach customers and clients, because what people don't realize is it's actually tourists who purchase from them. And so I started an online business, and we were able to bring them business through my online community because of the blog. And yeah, now I have a brick and mortar shop in Brooklyn, New York, and it's called Mexico in My Pocket.
That is amazing. My goodness. I love how things can evolve and grow from just the tiniest idea. You had no idea what it was going to turn into. With Dia de los Muertos coming up very quickly, like you said, November 1st and 2nd. Let's talk about some of the traditions that people can expect to see during those days.
Yeah, I think, so there's a lot of misconceptions around Day of the Dead. It is not a day to celebrate death, and it's also not Mexican Halloween. It's a day when we come come together in celebration of our loved ones who have died. We tell their stories, and you can do this at home. You don't have to travel to Mexico to celebrate Day of the Dead. You can actually build an ofrenda, or an altar at home, and you can place your loved ones' photos on the altar to commemorate them and to honor them. And then we love to decorate with marigolds, because we believe that marigolds are the orange of the marigolds is the only color that the dead can see, and that the scent attracts the spirits back to us.
Wow, very good.
And so we sprinkle a path of petals to attract our loved ones back.
Guide the way.
Yeah,
make a path for them.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. I love hearing the traditions. Tell me very quickly, where can we find the book?
You can find the book anywhere books are sold, but I want to shout out one of my favorite small businesses, Who's Books in Oak Cliff. They also carry the book.
Very, very good, Luisa. Thank you so much for being here, and ahead of time, thank you so much for putting out the book, putting out the culture, I think, for all of us to pick up on or whatever, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you come from, but if we can lean in, then that's what connects us. So we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Erin.